And another March long weekend with an SSWA title here in Coaltown. We had a lungbuster of one last year for the junior sedans, won by Oscar Amato. Going to be interesting to see what happens in 4 weeks' time.
You know it's hot when the mobile phone says we'll start charging when it cools down. Here we go, green with the first heat of street stock. Damon Thompson goes to the early lead over Mark Higgins as they head down into Cardinals Corner the first time. Third place is Daniel Simpson. Here comes Michael Hammond, and then back to the veteran Brian Jackson as they head up into Palmer's Corner. Jackson's going to go the big one right round the outside. That's a bold move, and it paid off. Wowee! Jackson up to third, Hammond fourth, Simpson fifth. Back then to the 41 at Glenn Edmonds and Gavin Yates. So we're through the first lap and a half. Michael Hammond not happy with Brian Jackson, passing him 3 wide down there in turn 3 the last lap around. He's gone back past him now. So we come out of Palmer's Corner, complete lap number 2, and Damon Thompson leads.
Yeah, with Higgins, Hammond and Jackson following sooner as a big moment for Damon Thompson. He runs very wide on the entrance of turn number 1. Was it to try and get a run on the outside line, because Mark Higgins did find the inside row in the 70, almost spins himself out, and all of a sudden here comes Hammond, here comes Jackson as well. It was contact between the 70 and the 17, and there was a lot of it because the rear end of Higgins' machine is now heavily damaged, and now he's under attack by Daniel Simpson. So bit going on for third and fourth at the present stage, but out in front right now, Damon Thompson has to get a wriggle on at the halfway mark, because here comes Michael Hammond.
The margin the last time around was 0.47. This time it's 0.62. But as you can see, it's a car length. They've skipped away from Brian Jackson. Mark Higgins trying to get back on terms with Jackson. Jackson's got some panel work hanging off the left front fender as Michael Hammond goes to the lead. Damon Thompson goes back to second place as we come to the halfway mark.
We've still got 3 laps to go.
We've got 3 to go.
There we go.
Okay. So Michael Hammond leads. It's been a long Friday. Damon Thompson in second place, back to Jackson. Higgins. Oh, Hammond almost ran into the back end of the back markers, had to slow down. He'll come up this time around with 2 to go. He has really slowed down, and so too has Damon Thompson as they try and negotiate the lap traffic who are passing each other.
Yeah, so Jaden Heelan's actually been able to pick up position out of all of this, getting around the outside of Goodlett. That was for 10th and 11th on the racetrack, as Damon Thompson now trying to give the old brass razoo to the 2-1-0 of Heelan as Jackson. And also coming into play has been Mark Higgins, so that damage to the back of the 70 isn't slowing him down, but the white flag has been shown to our top 5 cars as Michael Hammond has scooted away through the chaos that was for the minor placings and the lap competitors to take out the opening heat race of our street stocks for night number 1 of the Ampol Collie Production Sedan Collie Club Championship. Wins it comfortably in the end by 3.7 seconds over Thompson, Jackson, Mark Higgins and Daniel Simpson, your top 5. Glenn Edmonds, Jake Fisher, Matt Hammond, Gavin Yates were the ones that finished on the lead lap, as Jaden Heelan and Patrick Goodlett in the 2-1-0 and the 2-2 finished 1 lap down. An interesting one to say the least, but Michael Hammond in a brand new car, no faults whatsoever.
Colby Bosley and Russell Gunn, row number 1. Row 2 will be Fletcher Malentis and Ethan Geneve. Row 3 will be Stephanie Amajuri, Paul Joss. Row 4 will be Wayne Thompson and Gage Price in car 903. And row 5 will be Reese O'Reilly and Linda Yates. They'll be the starters in heat number 2, event number 4 of the street stock tonight.
For all these drivers, obviously the last time they'll get some racing laps in anger here in Collie.
So got one just quickly coming through. Go Gage Price, that's from Olivia.
Yeah, so Gage driving the Jim McGee 903. Starting out of position number 8 in this one, alongside a 2-time former West Australian champion who's probably done more laps of this racetrack than anyone else in this field is Bosley. And Russell Gunn, I say that with Ethan Genev in the field. As the Beer Industries car number 4 slips into P number 4, Paul Joss trying the top side of Wayne Thompson, who's had a great start, as well as he, and the McGee car being driven by Gage Price work further back through the field. But it's the EL Falcon of Colby Bosley that will lead the opening lap, as it's Liner Stern behind him from first all the way to position number 10. That's been currently held by Linda Yates. But Bosley starting to get some breathing room between him and Russell Gunn from Kununurra, who's back again doing quite a few shows here down the southern path of Western Australia. So it's a big effort for Gunn to be here, but laps are emerging with title times coming close.
Yep, and it is Colby Bosley who leads after 2 laps as they head down the back straight. Russell Gunn in second place. They move on the outside by Fletcher Melendez. Inside is Ethan Genev. Here comes car number 69 of Paul Joss. Stephanie Amajuri in that group of cars as well. So our leader has split the scene. Colby Bosley out by 2.5 seconds. And then effectively you've got the whole field. Here comes the 63 of Fletcher Melendez looking to go underneath of Russell Gunn. Gunn has got Ethan Genev for company. Paul Joss 2 car lengths further back. Then Stephanie Amajuri, Gage Price, Wayne Thompson. A little bit of a gap to Reese O'Reilly and then Linda Yates. So we've done 4 and we've got 4 to go.
And that means halfway home. And definitely the race is from positions 2 on to 9 as they continue to be nose to tail. Instead of that, though, a mistake from Stephanie Amajuri makes a bit of a hash for Gage Price, who now just slowly rolls around the back straight. As Reese O'Reilly would dare say that's not going to bring out a yellow.
No, it's rolling the infield.
Thank Lord for that
roll.
So rotten luck for Gage Price. Not sure went wrong with the 903 machine, but he's been able to limp it to the infield while Bosley continues to open up the margin. That time around it was 3.2 seconds. Now with 2 laps to go, it's even bigger.
It's 3.5. Russell Gunn holding second place from Fletcher Melendez. Paul Joss, Ethan Genev, Wayne Thompson. So run down the back straight. The white flag will come out this time around. Heat number 2 of the street stock. They're only on tonight. Good field of them too, over 20 cars. So run down the main straight. They left a zigzag either side of Linda Yates. Russell Gunn went the inside. Melendez went the outside. Ethan Genev still making up his mind. So too Paul Joss. They go outside and inside. Here comes Melendez with a big move on the outside of Russell Gunn. Colby Bosley's going to take the win. It's going to be a dead set run to the line for second. Melendez on the outside gets there. Gunn, Genev, Thompson and Paul Joss, the big loser out of that. He finished 6th. Back then to Stephanie Amajuri and then Reese O'Reilly, Linda Yates and unfortunately Gage Price on the infield. Paul Joss at one stage I thought was 3rd, ended up 6th. So plenty happened in those last couple of laps, but this car here, car number 78, way too good. Won by 3.8 seconds in the end. Colby Bosley takes the win in car number 78. Fletcher Melendez on the outside gets second from Russell Gunn. Ethan Genev 4th. Wayne Thompson from further back in the field finished 5th. Paul Joss in the top 6. And Stephanie Amajuri, Reese O'Reilly, Linda Yates and Gage Price. 18, Stephanie Amajuri in 83. Row number 2 will be 41, Glenn Edmonds and 15, Wayne Thompson. Row number 3 will be Brian Action Jackson and 78, Colby Bosley. Row number 4 will be the 10 of Damon Thompson and 63, Fletcher Melendez. And then row number 5 will be 50, Linda Yates, 22, Patrick Goodlett and Matt Hammond off the back. Colby Bosley won his opening heat race and Damon Thompson finished 2nd. So we've got a couple that finished on the podium in the first heat, or first 2 heats, combined together in this one. This is event number 9, heat number 3 of the street stock. Simpson leads them up into turn number 1. Stephanie Amajuri on the outside. The all-yellow car number 15, Wayne Thompson, levels up with Amajuri as they run down the back straight, moves up maybe into 2nd place. Damon Thompson's there as well. Running all over the racetrack at the moment though, Wayne Thompson, went via the Cape and lost a couple of spots. 41 car of Glenn Edmonds moved into fourth. Damon Thompson's up to second. Wayne Thompson's back to fourth. Hope you're keeping up with all of that as Damon Thompson looks for a move underneath our race leader Daniel Stanley. So Stanley will lead after two from Damon Thompson, Stephanie Amajuri and Wayne Thompson.
I don't get to do this much, but it's Daniel Simpson that leads.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. I'll take my moments when they come as Thompson now tries the outside line. There was one car that was popping and farting further back. That looked like the fall of Matt Hammond, who definitely wouldn't be wanting that, especially with a national title next weekend. As Thompson now to the inside, that's of the Damon flavour. Tries the inside line of Simpson as Amajuri's under attack by the other Thompson. No relation of a Wayne, who's on the back bumper of the 83 when they're closing up to Daniel Simpson, who hit the concrete wall and crunched. No! He missed it somehow. I was ready to call a big hit to the wall, but he ends up saving it, but he jumps to 5th place.
Yes.
I'll take 5th place.
Yes. It's Damon Thompson out in front, Stephanie Amajuri second, Wayne Thompson third, Brian Jackson in fourth. Then I reckon it's Daniel Simpson in 5th place, and then back to Glenn Edmonds in 6th. And after that, it would be Colby Bosley. Down the main straight they come, and it's a one-horse affair. Car number 10, Damon Thompson running right away with this one from Stephanie Amajuri and Wayne Thompson. Brian Jackson has more panels falling off the 17.
And he's slowing.
Yeah, Brian Jackson is OUT out. Well, he will be when he rolls off the racetrack. And also going out is Matt Hammond in car number 4. They're falling like flies with 2 to go.
Definitely right, as Jackson has now comfortable room to pull to the infield as Linda Yates will see the 17, and so too will the 10 as he'll come by next time right to see Yates have a mistake on the exit of turn number 4 and greet the white flag. One more to go for Thompson. The battle definitely is for second spot. Amajuri has it with Wayne Thompson right on the back bumper of the Ellenbrook 83. The race definitely will be for that minor spot in the end of it, as the grand scheme of things we'll see on. Linda Yates has come to a stop along the back straight as all the cars will be able to clear past her, and Damon Thompson will greet the checkered flag. And an interesting one again for our straight stocks that goes going away, Amajuri and Thompson. 3rd and 4th, and it's Glenn Edmonds, Daniel Simpson, Colby Bosley, Fletcher Malentas, Patrick Goodlett and Linda Yates. 2 cars on the infield with Brian Jackson after 5, and Matt Hammond also only completing the 5 laps as Damon Thompson, who's had a purple patch of form after winning that preliminary A-main at the Perth Motorplex for the final ever round of the ODH Mechanical Tri-City Series, takes the victory here in heat race number 3 of the straight stocks. Ahead of
Ethan Genev and Gavin Yates, row 1. Joss and Hammond, row 2. Price and Higgins, row 3. Gunn and Fisher, row 4. Heelan and O'Reilly on row 5. Yellow lights are out. 8 laps the journey once again. Just 8 laps for heat racing. A novel thing to have 8-lap heat races. I just refer to that because the Australian Sprint Car title has had this bizarre idea of having 12-lap heat races.
Don't understand it. I do not understand it. We will have 10-lap heat races for the state title. That's okay. 12 though. Yeah, no, pass on that one. We're underway though in heat race number 4 of the straight stocks. Michael Hammond, Paul Johns. This looks like just a standard Saturday night here in Collie as the top 3 start to break away. Gavin Yates running wide as to the inside of him is the 12 of Jake Fisher making his first real starts in a straight stock here at the Make Spoken History Collie Speedway. But it is that Volunteer of the Year getting the upper hand at the moment for Beer Industries of Ethan Genevers. Michael Hammond pulls to the inside in car number 7 and he gets the better of Paul Joss's. Gage Price is starting to close in, so too Russell Gunn and Jake Fisher, as the reverse direction or the clockwise direction, whatever you like to call it, definitely look like it's suiting Jake Fisher as the 4 of Genève clears away. Oh, mistake here for Paul Joss in car number 69 as he pulls to the infield.
So car number 4, Ethan Genève leads down the back straight for Michael Hammond. Then back in 3rd place, it's Gage Price and then Russell Gunn. That's the first 4, but it's a big gap between 2nd and 3rd. The margin 1st to 2nd is 0.9. So Price, Gunn. Then after that, we've got Fisher, Higgins, Reese O'Reilly in the white 28. But the battle is out in front. We come to the halfway mark, 4 down and 4 to go. Ethan Genev might be Volunteer of the Year, but he's got his hands full with Michael Hammond in car 7.
Yeah, 2/10 that time around. Michael Hammond was able to take out of Ethan Genev's lead. They have cleared away by 5.4 seconds over Gage Price. Have to give a big nip of the cap to Jake Fisher, who's up in the 4th place. And as I say that, the commentator's curse gets him, slaps the concrete wall along the back straight, and here comes Higgins and Gunn as well. But with 3 laps remaining, the race is for the lead as Michael Hammond in that Holden Commodore chases the Blue Oval. It's what Australia is built on, the Holden versus Ford battle, and it'll go down with 2 laps to go.
Jake Fisher is in the fence. Oh, that was wishy-washy, and Fisher is OUT out. There's nearly half a lap between 2nd and 3rd. Michael Hammond still chasing down Ethan Genev. There's 1 and a bit laps left to go. Ethan Genev comes out of turn 3 and 4, down the main straight. Hammond giving it absolutely everything, throwing everything bar the kitchen sink, might even be throwing that as well. They go out of Palmer's corner, half a lap to go. Genev, here comes Hammond, closes to a car length, up into turn 3, comes underneath of Ethan Genev. Genev and Hammond. It's going to be Ethan Genev by a car length over Michael Hammond. 0.2 was the winning margin. Here comes 3rd. A long way back. 9.5 seconds. Gage Price, Mark Higgins, then Russell Gunn, Reese O'Reilly, then Gavin Yates and Jaden Heelan in car 210. Jake Fisher and Paul Joss, well, they're on the infield and they did not see the finish line.
Here's another. Yeah, my race pass has decided to have a moment. Scott Beattie, my race pass, out app, no bueno. He doesn't mind. Anyway, Wayne Thompson will lead us away with Russell Gunn. A bad start for Russell Gunn, even better there for Wayne Thompson in the 15 machine as 1 car's very wide. That's Ethan Genev in the 14 machine for all these drivers. With second to last time they see the Collie Speedway as Ethan Genev not afraid of using the high side around his home venue and does a mammoth job to get to the outside. And Glenn Edmonds wants to follow suit as well. We saw what the 4 did and he's going to give it a crack as well over Russell Gunn. So great race at the moment for the minor placings, but there's some lump then to the top side as Edmonds found the outside of Russell Gunn. Now Gunn wants to try the high line, but to the inside of him goes Colby Bosley.
So Thompson leads Genev back in 3rd place. It is Edmonds, Gunn in 4th position. Oh, Edmonds got all out of shape. That put Russell Gunn into 3rd. Edmonds goes back to 6th. Meanwhile, out in front, Wayne Thompson just in front. The other car not in this race is Brian Jackson. So the halfway mark, it is the 15 from the 4.
We found which one it was. It was Brian Jackson after that heavy hit he suffered earlier on. Poor car has been in more hits than Elvis at the moment as Colby Bosley and Reese O'Reilly are now coming to play for position number 3 as they've caught the back of Russell Gunn. Gunn holding strong at the moment. But Bosley, who took an impressive heat race win earlier on today, has really levelled up in the street stocks at the present stages. Edmonds, Yates and Goodlett round out your field at the moment. The battle is honestly on for the race leaders. Here comes Genev to the top side of Wayne Thompson.
So 2 laps to go, 15 and the 4 going at it. Wayne Thompson and Ethan Genev. Back to Bosley in 3rd. Russell Gunn in that group as well. So run down the back straight, laps are ticking by. I think there should be a white flag this time around. Not sure, but Ian Crowe hasn't gone for anything as they come down the main straight.
Oh no, we're
2 laps to go, are we? Okay.
Yes, I've given it to you a little bit early.
You've gone early, all right. So Wayne Thompson leads. Genev in 2nd, back then to Bosley. I thought Ian had just fallen asleep, but there is a lap and a half to go. Our live timing has stopped for the moment. So as they come out of turn number 4, It is Wayne Thompson from Ethan Genev with 1 to run. Back in third place and going nicely, leading the majority or the rest of the field is Bosley. Then Russell Gunn, Reese O'Reilly. Then back to the remainder. Down the back straight the final time. And Wayne Thompson in car number 15, holding on and will come across for a victory. Tomo first. Second, Genev. Third across the line is Bosley. Then Gunn, O'Reilly. That's the first 5. Then Edmonds was next in car number 41. So Wayne Thompson takes the win in car number 15. He defeats Ethan Genev, Colby Bosley up for third, and Russell Gunn. That's the way we saw heat number 5 of the street stock. Heat 6 is on its way. Heat 6 will see 903 Gage Price and 63 Fletcher Melendez. Michael Hammond and Damon Thompson will be on row 2. Paul Joss, Stephanie Amaturi, row 3. Mark Higgins, Daniel Simpson, row 4. Linda Yates and Jaden Heelan will be on row 5.
So unlike the last heat race, we'll have all 11 starters in this one. It also includes Matt Hammond in car number WA4, who is getting some laps around before he heads east to Murray Bridge for the national title. And we'll see 3 representing the Collie RDA make the trip. As Melendez from Measurement gets the jab. Michael Hammond drives the inside line as Gage Price and Damon Thompson, who has already said found that purple patch of form here right when it matters most, as Red Jesus finds himself to the top side. And second spot, lap number 1 though, goes to Fletcher Melendez. But watch for Thompson, Price and Hammond in a great tussle for second, third and fourth. And it could be for the race lead as well now, as Fletcher Melendez ran very wide into Cardinals corner. And all of a sudden, Thompson and Price want to make it a 3-way battle for the race lead as Joss starts to make his move forward as he's up to position 5.
You know what I like about the racetrack tonight? You can run all over it. You can run on the low line, the middle, on the top as well. As we've lost 2 cars, as Hammond has gone infield, so too has Linda Yates. Out in front though, it is Fletcher Melendez from Damon Thompson. They're all 3/4 track high at the moment. Back in third place, it is Gage Price, Michael Hammond, and then Paul Joss leads the second half of the field as Hammond looks to go underneath the Price for third and fourth. Just ahead of these 2 cars is the 10 of Damon Thompson, and here's our leader Fletcher Melendez halfway home.
Definitely looks fun for our street stocks, and it's happening right at the present time of when it needs to. As Hammond, something must have come astray on the 7 machine. He was mighty close to the corner panel of the Jim McGee owned 903 being driven by Gage Price tonight, as Thompson has fallen a little bit on the wayside of Fletcher Melendez, as the 63 has pulled a 1.9 second advantage over this chasing battle of second and third. Maybe can include 4th place and even Paul Joss, as the 69 finding his rhythm, back in the seat for a long time in street stocks. But there's 2 to go, and Melendez has the mortgage.
If Melendez hangs on and wins this, we'll have 6 winners from 6 heats.
Wow.
As they run down the back straight, Thompson in second, back then to Price, then Hammond, a gap then to Joss, and then Stephanie Amaturi. 1 to run. Fletcher Melendez doing a good thing out in front. Thompson in second place. Third place is still Gage Price, then Michael Hammond and Paul Joss. That's probably the way they're going to finish. They are starting to spread themselves out, and we do have 6 winners from 6 heats. Fletcher Melendez first home in car number 63. Melendez first, Thompson second, Price third. Oh! Further back has whacked the wall. That is Simpson in the 18 car. But he is going to bounce off and finish. And last to complete the distance is Jaden Heelan. It's Thompson, Price, Hammond and Joss first four, but when you see a car go full noise
yes.
from the bottom to the top, it's only going to end in disaster. But it is Fletcher Melendez first, Damon Thompson second, Gage Price third, Michael Hammond fourth, and Paul Joss your first five in heat number 6. Playing it up past 1 in the morning there in Melbourne, which is ridiculous.
The game today was the other quarter was quite a
semi-final.
Semi-final, I do apologise. That was a long one. That went for what?
4 hours.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's the starting lineup for you. Damon Thompson, Michael Hammond, Ethan Genev, Fletcher Melendez, Wayne Thompson, Colby Bosley, Russell Gunn, Gage Price. Row 5, Stephanie Amaduri, Mark Higgins. Row 6, Glenn Edmonds, Daniel Simpson. Row 7, Reese O'Reilly, Paul Joss. Row 8 will be Brian Jackson and Gavin Yates. Row 9, Patrick Goodlett, Jaden Heelan. Row 10, Matt Hammond and Jake Fisher. And row 11 will be Linda Yates in the street stock main event tonight. They're not running tomorrow night. They're down in Albany. Big field here tonight, though. This should be a blockbuster over 20 laps. Meanwhile, while you look for that, I'll start calling this race. Damon Thompson, Michael Hammond about to kick us off. 20 laps, the journey in the street stock main event tonight. We are green, Thompson and Hammond. Ethan Genev, Fletcher Melendez, Colby Bosley in the first 5 as they run out of turns 1 and 2 is Freight Trainer race cars. Down the back straight, the first move coming from Ethan Genev, looking to come up into third place underneath the Fletcher Melendez. Genev, the only car really down low, the rest are mid-track, high or above. Thompson leads. Hammond on his back bumper. Hammond dives to the inside. The momentum should keep the 10 in front. It does. So Damon Thompson continues to lead. Michael Hammond, Fletcher Melendez. Back to Ethan Genev in 4th place. Then Colby Bosley, Wayne Thompson. And behind him is Mark Higgins and Paul Joss. 2 down, and it's very close out in front.
Good start from Paul Joss. He's higher than everyone else is running at the moment on the racetrack, while everyone is line astern about mid-track. Joss is right up against the concrete wall as he gets past Wayne Thompson in car number 15, and now might say he set his sights on Colby Bosley. Meanwhile, top 4 have rocketed away of Thompson, Hammond, Fletcher Melendez and Ethan Genev with an ex-bunch of drivers. There's 6 of them fighting for position number 5 as Colby Bosley holds on strong at the moment. The young EL Falcon driver doing a great job. In 5th place, he's done a mighty job all night long. But Thompson, after 4, leads comfortably.
So,
it's not really, isn't it?
No, it's 2 car lengths at the very most. A car length now, in fact, Morgan, as they run down the back straight. Damon Thompson from Michael Hammond, Fletcher Melendez, and Ethan Genev. And those 4 have cleared right away from the rest of them. And it's then Colby Bosley, Paul Joss. Bosley's under pressure. Joss has gone through to 5th. Thompson trying to follow him through as they come down the main straight. Our leaders, though, have done 5. They've got 15 to go. Thompson from Hammond, from Melendez from Genev. Joss is next. Wayne Thompson, Colby Bosley goes back to 7th now as they move down the back straight. Our leaders are back with us, though. They're a long way ahead, these first 4, and it's still Thompson from Hammond.
Great start so far of this one in these opening 6 laps as Paul Joss very close to the concrete wall in turn number 4 as he got out of shape. That allows Wayne Thompson back into the fray. But this all happens about 6 seconds behind your lead quartet of Thompson, Hammond, Fletcher Melendez and Ethan Genev, with Melendez having the race of his life so far as Jaden Heelan would go a lap down as Red Jesus himself, a winner at the Perth Motorplex. Could he take a win here in Collie in the final ever feature race before the ODH Mechanical SSA Street Stock WA title? He's half a track ahead of Paul Joss.
Certainly is. So Damon Thompson leads Michael Hammond. Now he's got away. Here comes Ethan Genev looking for an outside run on Fletcher Melendez. They are half a lap ahead of the 5th place car of Paul Joss. He's being hounded by Wayne Thompson. So we go back to our leaders. Our race leader goes around the 41 car now and puts him a lap down. That's Glenn Edmonds. Michael Hammond there in 2nd place. There's a lap car between second and third, which is Melentis, then Genève. Then we've got Paul Joss, Wayne Thompson as the main body of the field are here in the main straight. And here come the leaders. So the leaders are closing in on the back markers of the main body of the field as we complete 10.
Yes, and the next one to go a lap down will be Gavin Yates, currently running in 14th as we've gone go to woe so far.
Oh, Morgan.
I shouldn't have said that. I really shouldn't have. But the good news is, though, for Damon Thompson, he has opened up the advantage to 1.1 seconds, but it was 1.1. He's made a hash of trying to get onto the outside of Gavin Yates, and hello, here comes Michael Hammond. So Hammond now to the inside. We've just given the old commentator's curse as poor old Yates gets chewed up and spat out as all of a sudden it's a new race leader. It's a Holden Commodore of Michael Hammond. Thompson continues to give chase, but a change this time by, yes, give it to car 7. Oh, one in the wall.
Stephanie Amaturi up in the wall, bounces off, we stay green. If you think that's the last car they're going to have to pass, think again, because just ahead of them is the main body of the field. Third place, Melentis and Genève are still going at it. So they come out at turn number 4, 13 down and 7 to go. Oh dear, dear. One of the back markers spun in front of Fletcher Melentis and put him right out of commission. That was the 5 car, and the race continues. Gavin Yates, and that allowed Ethan Genève up into 3rd. Our leaders are now in heavy traffic. The passing flag is out, and we've got half a dozen to go. It is Michael Hammond leading Damon Thompson.
Yeah, but this is where it can all change up as Hammond gets by Stephanie Amaturi. Oh, Daniel sweeps there. No. Oh, wow, that was lucky, especially for Damon Thompson, who was coming to the back of Daniel Simpson. They got close last time around, this time by no, with 5 laps remaining of your street stock finale on the opening night of your Empole Collie Productions and Collie Club Championship. And right now is when it's going to get really tricky for Michael Hammond. He has 5 cars to try and put a lap down as Bosley caught up to Michael Hammond as Damon Thompson will try the top side. 4 to go.
Yeah, 4 to go. Thompson got squashed here in the fence. The leaders are going the outside. They have caught the main body of the field, who are all fighting for position. There's a lap car between Michael Hammond and Damon Thompson. They run 3/4 track high. Thompson's elected to go to the inside as they move down the main straight, and he gets rid of Reese O'Reilly. He remains on the inside. Michael Hammond's still on the outside, free to go.
Oh no!
Bosley spins. Bosley's going to stop the car and cause a stoppage. I do not like that. He has deliberately stopped the race.
No. Okay. All right. We'll keep it. We'll hold it. Let's go.
Restart coming up. 3 to go. Hammond, Thompson, Genève, Melentis, Wayne Thompson. Joss is next, then Gage Price. Then car number 4. And car 4 is almighty quick. Matt Hammond has just been playing all night, getting that car ready for the national title. He's up to 7th place and is flying. 2 to run.
And the race definitely is for the lead between the Holden Commodore of Michael Hammond and Damon Thompson. But here comes Matt Hammond as well. Through he goes on Paul Joss to take over the 6th spot. And I don't think Hammond is over quite yet, but the white flag won't be out this time by. It'll be the next time around as Melentis out of shape in front of Thompson and Hammond. Could there be a change between 4th, 5th and 6th, or maybe even 7th? Because don't write off Paul Joss as of yet. White flag, checkered flag, should be out, will be out, and it goes to Michael Hammond.
Nearly never got there.
I thought we were right out. Oh, there was a crunch to the wall. That was Reese O'Reilly as he went to the checkered. But a good race nonetheless. And how about it for Michael Hammond?
If the drivers say they didn't see the white flag, they didn't.
They didn't. It's all right. They don't have to stress about that. They got the important one. That's the checkered. And at 7, 10 and 4, a trio of Collie RDA members coming on your podium. Ian Crow. It's not often he makes a blunder, even when it comes to counting the laps. But how about a round of applause? His father is celebrating his birthday today. Is Don Hammond?
Happy birthday, Don.
I think that's a wonderful birthday present for Mr. Hammond as Michael takes victory in our street stocks. Next time you'll see street stocks will be for their WA title thanks to ODH Mechanical. You want to get...
How many cars will we get?
I would like...
70?
I would love north of 70.
North of 70?
I would love north of 70. It would be an amazing feat. I know that we had 65 last year at the Perth Motorplex.
Now, what's happened to Michael Hammond?
Oh, no. Don't tell me he's come to a stop.
Michael Hammond's broken down. It's a lap of honour of only half a lap.
Oh, no.